Meet the 2012 Chevrolet Tahoe. It's not by accident that Chevy's Tahoe is America's all-time favorite full-size SUV. Need to carry up to 9 people? Tow a good-sized trailer? Deal with wild Pennsylvania weather and roads? Or take a long trip in easy comfort and bring all your stuff with you? The Tahoe will do all of that and more so that you can grip that steering wheel without a care in the world. Clair Zeager is today's guest, and the journey that God has taken him on over the years has equipped him in many unique ways. Clair's heart burns for the nations, and he knows how to get on just about anyone's level and love them for who they are. Get ready for an enjoyable time with Clair as an interviewee in this SUV while we drink some iced tea. Let's do it. Clair Zeager.
What's happening, Wes?
Good to see you.
How are you?
Yeah, thanks for joining me.
You're welcome. Thanks for the invitation.
Yeah, well, hey, I love
the
hanging
iced
out with
tea.
you. So yeah, well, you hit the nail right on the head because that's always the first thing we got to get into is a little bit of tea. And so all I had access to today was a little bit of sweet tea. You okay with that?
I love. That's actually my favorite. So.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I love it.
that's good. Well. So you probably already know this, but we're working through a sermon series that's called The Miracle of Mercy. And the title of this Sunday's message is Showing Mercy to Your Family, which I think you and I would probably agree does take a bit of a miracle, right?
Yes, yes, it does.
Would you say, when it comes just to extending mercy to those that are closest to you in your sphere of influence, particularly your family, would you say that's been... it's been something you've had to work through in the past as well?
I do have a wonderful family, brother and a sister, and but we've all kind of went through some different seasons and struggles in our life, and our relationships have been up and down through that. I think the core factor is there was a time where none of us were serving God. My brother and sister were not serving God,
okay,
or not serving well.
Okay.
And that brought a lot of dysfunction amongst our relationship. But the thing that's been center to that is the unforgiveness / mercy factor. There was a story with my brother that was very significant in my life. I found out that he had an inappropriate relationship, and it was like a punch in the gut.
Okay.
And I was angry. I hated. There was hatred. There was anger. I remember going to God and saying, God, what is going on? And he said, I feel like he's saying to me, Claire, do you want to be completely forgiven of pornography? So that used to be a real deep root in my life. And he said, do you want that to be crushed? Do you want it to be just completely dismantled in your life? And I said, yes. I said, I want it all. And he goes, well, then you got to forgive your brother.
Wow.
And I'm like, and it was like easy. It was almost like, boom. Well, yes, I want to be set free. And he said, my unforgiveness with my brother at that time was placing a weight on my own life.
Yeah, that's good.
And
that's a good picture.
And even though I had, in the world's eyes, I had every right to feel the way I did.
Yeah.
But in God's eyes, I was only condemning myself, which once I kind of understood that, I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with that. Then it became about freedom and didn't become about what somebody deserves or not deserves.
Yeah.
And a similar situation happened with my sister. And my sister had struggled with relationships, all her life. I just was always really angry towards her. Again, God kind of did the same thing as he did with my brother.
Okay.
With my sister, he kind of gave a little reflection of my own life, and he said, you're a lot like your sister. That's why you're angry.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, man, and because it was true. What can you say, And he said, you have ran after incorrect lovers in your life. And so do you want to be set free from that condemnation over your life? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, he goes, well, then forgive your sister. I'm like, and so that made it easy again, too. And again, like when the Holy Spirit was talking about my brother's situation and my sister's situation, he was exclusively talking about me, talking about my freedom. He never talked about them at all.
Yeah.
He said, do you want to be free?
That sounds like God's redeemed a lot.
Yeah, our relationship, like I said, with my brother, I love my brother. He's my best friend. We talk to each other all the time. We encourage each other, and we talk about everything. There's no hidden secrets, and I'm developing that same relationship with my sister, and it's amazing. So the past isn't a problem.
Yeah.
You can talk about the past and talk about it in a way of encouragement. And what Satan meant to kill our family is actually now becoming the strength of our family.
Yeah.